After earning a spot in the Countdown Cup, the Titans were looking to do some damage and catch some eyes in the Overwatch League's last in-season tournament for the year. Up first was Gator and the Atlanta Reign. Could Shockwave and the Titans overcome an Atlanta squad that was able to keep them scoreless in a 3-0 game weeks before? Let's find out in Titans This Week. After a swift victory against the last-place Boston Uprising, the Titans were desperate to prove that they belong with teams in the middle of the NA bracket. The perfect test in the Atlanta Reign without Baby Bay seemed the perfect stage at the Countdown Cup. A team that struggles against those above them in the standings and performs against those below them, the Reign are still a perfect measure for the Titans to know where they lie, heading into the last weeks of the regular season and into the playoffs. So where will the Titans end up? On a deep run? Or will Atlanta teach some more hard lessons to a young up-and-coming crew? Let's find out in our Titans recap.
Straight onto Hawk. They're just going to try and take him down early.
Tire from Shockwave. It's got to get a kill. It's got to get something to try and turn this fight around. 6 HP on the Tire. Shockwave's trying to keep it alive, but it gets shot down by Massa. Booped him away. Ursa, in the meanwhile, was in the back line. The Mine is going to be taking down Shockwave, and it will be another team fight win here for the Atlanta Reign. Just need to clean up 1 or 2 players that are just stalling out this point, because it did get flipped over to the Vancouver Titans, but not for much longer. It's Atlanta Reign out.
I don't think it's going to matter too.
Oh, that's pretty good. KSA taking out the Tire. Soundbar are going to be instantly matched out, and trades across the board here. You can see Rolf took out Ursa, which means that they're not going to have too much spam damage, but Hawk on the off angle is doing enough work, and Shockwave, yeah, that was that flank he was trying to go on a little bit earlier. You can see didn't really pay dividends.
Now, if Shockwave had been, these fights have looked like Vancouver Titans are getting great opening picks, but Atlanta Reign are just winning it out. Dogman goes down and Hawk, so this has got to be a win here for the Vancouver Titans.
Yeah, a bit of a misplay there from Gator, if I do say so myself. I think this fight is not over just yet. Look at this. Absolute speed and aggression that's being pushed out. The Atlanta Reign immediately cap up the point. They've caught the Vancouver Titans with their trousers down, and Hawk with the Gravitic Flux has found 1, make it 2. The Atlanta Reign swinging the momentum back in their favor. You love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. Kaka will fall as well, and it's going to mean the Atlanta Reign taking round number 1. The Vancouver Titans did not know what hit them.
No, they did not.
Atlanta Reign still opting for this Junkrat, despite the fact that we're not on control center, but Shockwave will claim first blood, going for the second one, but the yoink back. He won't catch it onto Saucy. He's very low, 52 HP, but Kaka! 2 kills with the boop. Nicely done. He's probably just going to be gliding back to safety here. Nice team fight win for the Vancouver Titans, all set up off the back of that. Kaka still, the fight continues, and Saucy is going to get uppercut in here. Shockwave with 2 kills, the punch to follow it up, the old 1-2 combo. Already 2 taken out. Soundbar committed pretty late into this fight. Nice fortified block there from Gator just to negate this punch from Shockwave. Supercharger committed from Gator. They look like they want to keep fighting this one, but Kaka's going to be taking it out.
Shockwave looks so confused what to do against that teleporter there. First he gets another pick on Kaka, and this fight is eventually going to go the way of Atlanta.
Oh.
You're not going to get anything at all.
Teleporter onto the point. Oh! Yo, what are you doing? Oh my goodness, they read them. We'll be right back. Up on the corner, they already knew he was going to be trying to stall it out on the side here, but Boops are, okay, Boops traded out. Massa ends up taking a bit of a drink there with the holographic fishies. Shredlock's going to be roaming around. Vancouver Titans desperately trying to stay into this point here, but Rolf's being pressured in the back line. Hawk running him down with the Hyperspheres once again. KSA, the last remaining players. Shredlock again trapped up on the point. The overtime will burn. It will but not be enough for them to stay into this fight. Shredlock, okay, or Shockwave, not going to be making it onto the point, and it is going to be the Atlanta Reign series that we've seen. Immortality Field committed early. Shockwave off on the flank. That was, I believe, 2 quick headshots there onto Edison, removing him. Nice move as well. Going to be taking Gator to the low ground, and it is just absolute free pickings here. Saucy though with 3 kills to try and turn this around. He's still alive, but probably not for much longer. Dalton puts an end to it as Saucy got halted forwards. It's going to be a quick. Wants to lay it down, he does indeed, but it's going to mean that the Flux gets answered, and Hawk finds one. Accretion from Hawk, but eventually shut down because that Matrix is still in play. Saucy does have the blade, but did not want to pull it out. Felt like it wasn't particularly worth it. Shockwave, yeah, I can hear your whispers, Josh, and I'm thinking the rain before they go in, and see if Shockwave can keep that streak going. Saucy now with the blade, though, pulls it forward. It's going to be met, stunned up into the corner. Not able to get anything done, and Dalton slashing forward. So much work being put into the enemy here. Finds 3 kills off the back of his blade. Of course, the tail end of it, able to get
Supercharger, so they're going to be able to push in, but caught in the gravitic flux, that's free shooting for Shockwave.
Shredlock takes a very aggressive angle to try and take it out, and he will pay for it with his life, but I think that play may have just worked out for them. With no Supercharger, the damage mitigation or the damage amp, they don't have to worry about it any further, and the Vancouver Titans are just rolling forwards again. Shockwave leading the charge. Available. Opts to use it now just to try and contest. Off angle being taken. Headshot into the body. Shot. Edison goes down. Pressured in the backline though. Saucy, no one was dealing with him. Rolf will go down, but that means that the front line needs to be pressured. Dalton committing the blade, but not getting any value. Shut down in the end. The inspiration now from Massa will heal up the rest of his team as they're able to burn down the remaining players.
Yeah, this has been a long old push.
Saucy now with the blade, just trying to lead this one in. Shockwave goes down so early, and Saucy, 1 slash. I don't even think he meant to go for 2 targets then, but still, he found them. And the Atlanta Reign with a clean team wipe means that they will not let the Vancouver Titans push that all the way in.
I could have sworn he's playing into a Mei that can freeze him up, so that makes things a lot more difficult. Look at them all caught by the Mei wall.
Yep, blocked up into the corner, but they need to get a kill off the back of it. The Immortality Field is perfect, actually, from Rolf. Keeps him alive. The Amp Matrix just on the corner here is going to be doing so much damage. Karkar falls down immediately. Saucy now with the icicles. Just needs to rain them down from above like a little sky devil. And it's going to be enough. The beat down from Saucy once more will mean that there's only a couple of players remaining, but more than enough bodies to cover at this point.
Great idea with the Mei, and you can see how well it worked. Saucy with a perfect Mei wall to be able to push people back.
Few of the targets here. Shockwave, Bob will go down pretty early on, but the Mei, the Blizzard, it's going to be locking everybody up, but Shredlock did not have to fortify to survive. 2 players down already for the Vancouver Titans means that the Atlanta Reign have a massive advantage going into this, despite the fact that Karkar decided to commit the rally. It will not be enough to save the team, and the Atlanta Reign are going to keep pushing. A lot of damage into KSA, but the ultimates now come through. They need to remove the Supercharger, and they do just that. Diving through with the blade, and they did. Charlie Niner it. Well, wouldn't be a tournament in the Overwatch League without a Charlie Niner, and it feels like we get one almost every single week now, but it will mean that all of that work that the Vancouver Titans put in, all of those ultimates,
disastrous for them.
and they're rolling it forward here. They've got the rally, and so much armor, so much health as well to work with. I mean, you just got to feel sorry for the Vancouver Titans, because Saucy again dashing through them, putting in a lot of work. The payload will start to slowly approach its final objective, edging so close. Can anyone even touch this one? Shockwave moving over to the Widowmaker, but he's going to have to try and get a body onto the point. They get halted back in the Atlanta Reign. Going to be taking map number 2. Position against the hit scan of Edison. Tricky for them still. Diving in again. Shredlock gets deleted. And that was that halt. Again, pulling them back. And oh my goodness, Saucy.
Yeah, that's really clean from Saucy. It's also the Brigitte to play as well. Massa getting a nice bash onto Shredlock. And as well as what you said, Bren, about how...
To try and heal up his team. Shockwave now gets the duplicate off and into the nano boost. Finds 1-2 kills with the dash. Might be going for the third here. Gets it just in time. Trying to go for the beat down, a raw neutral here. I mean, another blade, but doesn't get it off in time. Yeah. Duplicate.
They're still losing though.
I mean, I think they are going to eventually edge this out. I mean, the gravitic flux still connects onto 3 of them. The hack though. Okay, Hawk still got it off, managed to get the damage off initially onto Rolf. They're trying to turn it around. Saucy comes in with the blade, and they have turned it around. I thought I was almost... KSA with the grab, going to be using it to connect onto the tanks to fortify to move out of it, but KSA obliterated, taken out of the fight. Edison from on the high ground will do his job. Raining down damage, raining down the bullets. The Atlanta Reign are not going to be denied. They will move forward in the can anchor. Well, not quite, but they're going to be making it much easier for them to do so here. Saucy with a bit of, well, Not even going to go there. The Atlanta Reign going to be getting that. Holistically going to be, yeah, you can see running the Widowmaker against this competition is just, I think, a fool's errand. But they're going to be trying to take this neutral fight. KSA solo, 1 HP, but eventually has enough charge to start lasering down the opposition. And it is going to be the team fight win, the first, hopefully of many, if the Vancouver Titans are to see.
Measures that Atlanta have available. That's ambitious though, but he has his primal, thankfully.
Yeah, aggressive maneuvers, but that's because, as you said, he's got the ult online. And okay, Saucy, I don't really know why the blade was committed at the tail end of that fight. That's a bit of a way done. Putting himself in the danger zone. The whole moves him forward. Edison just playing around his team, just this mobile death unit, as he's just hitting shot after shot after shot. And now it didn't end up meaning anything with Saucy wasting the blade. The Atlanta Reign are going to roll forwards with this one, the Supercharger paving their way to victory as they take the series out in a 3-0 fashion. Fair play to the Atlanta.
The Titans were overwhelmed by the Reign from the start. Looking lost throughout the match, they searched for several solutions to creative comps from their opponents. With a roster as deep as the Reign, the luxury to swap players in and out to meet certain map types, compositions, and more were on full display. On Lijiang Tower, Erster and Saucy were able to wreak havoc on Junkrat and Symmetra, causing massive amounts of disruption, damage, and big breakups to team plays that left the Titans with a 2-0 loss that included a devastating 5-man riptire from Erster to put an exclamation point home. On Nimbani, the Titans came into form and were able to make some great plays off of Shockwave's Ashe, but were unable to get it done at the final stretch, meaning a big stop was needed on the switch to defense. Unfortunately, the Titans were easily exposed by Edison, who subbed in for Erster, who was able to get great value out of his ult, and brought the payload in for a 3-2 map win. Atlanta then rolled into Anubis with purpose and closed out the match by not allowing the Titans room to even get hold of checkpoint A. With the ability to read the Titans' every move in strategy, the Reign were able to put up the full stop and close out the series 3-0. This will be the busiest you've seen the Titans yet. 3 games, 3 days, all for you. On Friday, the Titans take on the high-flying Florida Mayhem at noon. The Titans will be looking to shut down League MVP candidate Yaki, who gave them fits in their first meeting this season. Yaki is having a MVP season through his phenomenal Tracer play. He synergizes well with the help of Brigitte to maximize his pick potential while staying alive. He is also shown to be a very good Echo, which could prove to be an interesting matchup. The good news for the Titans? The Mayhem have yet to see Shockwave, and the ability he has to take Titan team fights into his own hands to be able to clutch up to get points and wins. This will be an interesting opener for the weekend, as they will be taking on a Mayhem side that currently holds the 4th highest team fight win percentage against the Titans. Let's see if the Titans can come out ahead in this uphill battle. Saturday at 2, the Titans take on the Dallas Fuel. After defeating the Fuel earlier in the season, the Titans are facing the same roster now that Decay has been released from the team. The Fuel are dealing with a lot of change at the moment, which may be the perfect time for the Titans to gain some confidence and momentum with playing their aggressive style. With the team going through restructuring, it will come up to the new coaching staff in Doha to be key members in this matchup. We saw Doha put up a brilliant performance on Genji during the Countdown Cup. What was the shifts away from the Genji meta in the upcoming weekend? It will be up to the Fuel coaches to come up with a new strategy that benefits their team. This will be a good chance for the Titans to take the upper hand, as moving away from the Genji meta may work to their advantage. In the last week over the Dallas Fuel, the team fight win rate for both teams was an even 50-50. So let's see if the Titans can pull out the win and continue their dominance over the Fuel. Sunday, it's a Countdown Cup rematch against the Atlanta Reign at 4 p.m. With Atlanta no longer having access to Genji, Brig, Mei, and Zarya, the Titans will be able to lean on Rolf's expertise on Zenyatta, who can provide a shot of offense while ensuring his teammates are supported to provide big stops on defense. We saw the Titans have a tough time countering the Junkrat and Symmetra combo, so it will be important to see how the Titans adapt to this rematch. While Atlanta lost their hit scan specialist in Baby Bay and may not have adapted the same playstyle, they have come through with a variety of compositions which have caught the Titans off guard. It will be important for the Titans support line to try and benefit off the latest hero pools during this weekend. This change may open up the chance to play Ana without the worry of having to sleep a diving Genji on the Titans' backline. Without Genji, Atlanta lose out on their most played composition against the Titans, and will have to fall back onto their hitscan setup, which may result in the Titans' DPS coming out ahead. With an opening, it will be interesting to see if the Titans will be able to play their game with more ease than during last week's Countdown Cup. And that's Titans this week. Enjoy a Titans-filled weekend, and we'll see you next week to break down these games and provide further analysis as we come to the thrilling conclusion of the 2020 season. I'm your host, Abby Sherlock.